The Duke's expecting it will be cold, it will be dark, and it will be perfect. That's the motto for December football under the lights for JMU. 4 years ago, Elise Post crashed in the semifinals in London. Now 4 years later, the St. Cloud, Minnesota native is a silver medalist. Well, Andrew, how does the team feel after the dance ends? It's like hearing the song Closing Time. Well, after going one and done in the playoffs the last 2 years, JMU rapidly rises to the throne of the FCS kingdom. This is what is left of what became a green and gold celebration. Quite a contrast from last year. How has fatherhood changed the way you coach and lead a football team?
Oh boy, that's a great question.
You got named to the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame, one of, I'm sure, many Hall of Fames that you'll find yourself in. What does that mean to you to be part of such a special group?
Well, I'm honored.
It's the first Friday of October, which means the hunt for playoff spots in November already underway. Alongside Bob Grebe, we can barely hear each other, but we're at the Star, normally known as the Dallas Cowboys practice facility. Tonight, though, serving a completely different purpose. Well, Marcus Marshall is playing his best football when it matters the most, coming off of back-to-back games with 2 rushing touchdowns each. But what you don't see in the box score is the emotional weight that he's carrying from his teammates.
The last 3 weeks, he's been as good as he's been since he got here, and he's been what we expected him to become.
Marshall, the lone setback to the left of the quarterback.
Marcus Marshall certainly not regretting leaving Georgia Tech for an FCS program.
If I had to, kind of wrap it up and describe it in one word, I would just say exciting. The whole process has been exciting. As you go through the season and you keep winning, like the next game, having an opportunity to stay undefeated, it just kind of motivates you.
But Marshall has other sources of motivation through his fellow running backs. Cardin Johnson suffered a torn ACL in Week 3. The second straight year his season ended prematurely. Then tragedy striking Trey Sharp that same afternoon.
And he's having a tough day today. His dad passed away during the 4th quarter of our game today. So that's probably why the guys aren't real jolly up here.
Nearly 4 months later, Sharp keeps the memory of his dad alive.
I know he's always looking down for the games. I go in and sit in my locker, think about some memories that we shared and look at some pictures. And then, I say a nice prayer and get ready to play football.
Both Johnson and Sharp relying on their teammates to heal and ultimately help JMU succeed.
They had my back. I had my days, I had my moments. But, having the brotherhood, to keep my mind on the right track helped me a lot.
And within the running back room, man, we just tried to stay as close as possible, tried to support each other and, all aspects of life. And I think that's just made us so much stronger and so much closer, too.
Head coach Mike Houston saying that what happened to that running back room this year is a microcosm of how the entire team operates. A close-knit group going for the program's 3rd national championship. High drama at Harrisonburg High School tonight. Conference championships on the line for both boys soccer and baseball teams. 2 games that started at the same time, happening right next to each other, and each with a thrilling ending. Keep in mind, just 1 camera to capture all the action. We'll start on the pitch. Harrisonburg facing John Hanley. The Judges won 2-0 back in early April. About 15 minutes in, Owen Mattins taking this long ball and with streaks swarming, unleashes a shot that finds the back of the net. Hanley taking a 1-0 lead. We'll get back to that game in a second. But down the hill on the diamond, Millbrook and Harrisonburg meeting for a baseball conference title. 4th inning on this one, streaks down 1-0. Malachi Simmons launching one over right field, and that is gone. Solo homer. We are tied at 1, but we are just getting started on the fun. Back at boys soccer, Hanley and the Streaks are tied at 1 here. Roberto Gonzalez with the shot. Then on the rebound, Sajad Imran goes high with the kick, and you can tell the Streaks are pretty frustrated. The Berg, though, gets another chance 2 minutes later. Gonzalez kicking back to Eric Ramirez. He goes for the long-range strike. It goes in for the go-ahead goal. Ramirez celebrating in the stands. Streaks leading 2-1. We have to go back to baseball. Millbrook took a 2-1 lead. Christian Whitelow finding grass in right center field. Marcus Robinson Jenkins coming home. We are tied at 2 in the 5th. Same frame, runners in scoring position. Jose Rocha gets the gap in left, trotting home Kevin Nevado. And with a bigger sense of urgency, Christian Whitelow. He's safe.
The Streaks taking a 4-2 lead. Let's go back next door at soccer. Hanley tied the game at 2, and after 4 overtime periods of scoreless soccer, we needed those dreaded penalty kicks. Third round here, Hanley trying to keep pace. Toby Campbell coming up with the stop. The senior taking a big sigh of relief. It is up to Roberto Gonzalez to clinch the title. He hits the back of the net, and Blue Streaks boys soccer winning 4-2 on penalties to capture the C21 West crown. So, how about baseball? Millbrook tied the game in the 7th. Harrisonburg has the bases loaded in the 9th. Jose Rocha at the plate, bounces one up. Here comes the cutoff throw at home. It gets away. Navedo coming home, and the Streaks win this one, defeating Millbrook 5-4. There you have it. 2 crazy games, 2 dramatic finishes, just minutes apart. A very memorable night for Harrisonburg High School sports.